All right, so we dropped our first YouTube video in our Z-File series and it was a great success. We hit that 1,000 subscribers that we were looking for, and we got a ton of comments about different things that we're gonna do, fabrication, all those type of things, different techniques. So before we can get to something like this, we gotta go all the way back to the beginning, start bare bones, and start building it up. So this is episode 2, check it out. Okay, we'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah.
And metal.
Well, if you're going for coffee, might as well get some coffee for me too then, I suppose.
Okay.
Might as well get jacked up. Internet coffee run.
Do anything without being highly caffeinated.
I originally built my chassis jig far too high. I don't know where I was at mentally when I built that, but it was unreasonable, so I had to shorten it. I had to bring it a lot closer to the ground. Left a little bit of room under there so I could slide underneath when we do like some of the stuff, but at this point now, we can start actually mounting the car to this jig. So, to do some work before we get to work. Shop life, bro. You know? You gotta do what you gotta do. We have to center the chassis on the jig, then we can measure what the offset from the outer main rails of the jig to the pinch welds are so that we can fabricate the bent pinch weld chassis jig body mounting plates.
What are we fabricating?
What?
What are we fabricating? Yeah, like how do you want to make those?
I have some drawings. I'll show you.
Show me the drawing and I'll start making.
Well, we don't have any dimensions of what to make yet.
Well, we have a ride height.
Yeah, but we don't have an offset. There's an offset. They have to be like this.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So we need to start
by
by getting
just
it
coming
centered
straight
first.
up off the thing. Okay, well, let's center it. We need a pair of measuring tapes.
So I have my center line of my chassis jig laid out on the jig already. So probably square off these frame rails to the front on there. We can get the front set, but the rear is not near as easy.
Should we go full sell out?
What are we selling out for?
Today's episode, I'll be using my 12-foot snap-on tape measure, available from Nick, the snap-on guy.
Yeah, you see I drew my center line there.
I'll just go out to the rails and then we'll check it afterwards.
So the front is lifted and I can jump in there with the square right now. 25 and an 1/8 inside to inside on the front existing Z-car frame rails. 12 and 9/16. There's the frame rail. Oh, jeez. Hey Brett, come on over here for a moment, will you?
Don't do it.
Can you push on?
It's a trick.
Push on the driver's side of the, yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let the jack down, please. Slow and steady wins the race.
No, it doesn't.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Okay, the
That's a
front
lie.
centered.
Perpetuated by slow
Now.
people. Does anybody know how to read this thing?
Ooh. Okay, we just moved the front out of alignment. So
Why don't we just measure to the pinch weld? We split the difference on the two sides. It's gonna be way faster than trying to grab all these points. You know what I'm saying?
Have to move the front to the driver's side by 1.5 inches.
First we have to move the rob, then we'll move the front.
That's
Ready?
5 1/4. We're within a 1/16. Now we can measure what the offset is to the pinch weld
And build our doodads.
from the inside edge of this, because the plate's gonna come up off of this, bend, and then come up, and then it'll be gusseted. I'll show you my drawing here in just a second. So bend up, come up, and then the bottom of the floor pan basically rests right on that, so that should hold weight. Be on the inside, and then just a bent piece of 1/4 flat bar, and just clamping down on the pinch weld flange.
I think we can just weld a tube to the inside of this. Put a
Weld the
notch in
tube
it,
to the inside of it.
and then tack it to the pinch weld.
What are you saying?
Like if we take a 3-inch tube, cut our notch in it, and just slip it up to here, and you just got to put a notch in here. grab it like that.
And then I think when we get farther down the line and we start doing like, you know, the side pipes or whatever we got going on out here, we'll need that to be clearanced out of the way. Like a big miter slash off of it so it's not in the way, right?
Let's do that, then we'll just tack them in place and then we can cut the shit out of it.
So I see we need on right now, we'd have to put one right here and one right here, and those would have to be the ones that hold the car.
I don't want that shit. I already ate chicken nuggets today. I keep eating cookies. They're gonna call me the 240 project.
Nothing really crazy about the layout on this. Just basic clearancing. So, same here.
You have to cut it on the bandsaw.
Say that, it's like,
I'm serious.
16 and a half.
It is on fire.
Looks good. Now we can actually build a car.
Now what?
Put some gas in the holes, take it for a burn.
Blow the doors off and cut the windshield out. You don't want to be bouncing sparks off your glass, otherwise you'll be fucked. Okay, I'll cut out the windshield. You take the doors off.
At ride height, centered, everything locked in on the chassis jig. So that was a big step. That was a big step towards actually starting the build of this car. Now we're gonna pull the windscreen out of it. We're gonna pull the doors off of it. I also have to come up with some sort of solution to fixture the front rad support to the chassis jig before we cut that section out. But steps forward for sure. It was a pretty good day today. We got the body fixtured to the jig. That's in place. We have it centered. We have ride height set front to rear. We have everything on that mounted. We're locked in. That was a critical part of this whole thing. Now every measurement we make, we can go off center. We can be super accurate at this point now. The next episode is gonna be, we're gonna be removing the main floor pan area, the whole transmission tunnel, firewall area. We're gonna make room to be able to put the LS with the 6-speed trans behind it in place, the height and everything set on that. And after we get that done, we'll probably get the rear section cut out of the floor to get the diff and the axles in place. We know where that goes, so we can get the proper angle in the axles, get the hubs set at the right height for the radius of our wheels and tire combo. Come into place. We'll cut that all apart. Start playing around with that, we'll see. This was what, episode 2 of the Z Files. And there's a lot more episodes to come. We're just getting started. So if you like what you see, you wanna follow along, subscribe to our channel, give it a thumbs up, hit that bell icon, and you'll get instant notification when we upload another video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully it wasn't boring. There's lots more to come. And we're just getting started.
Is he as afraid of all of this social media stuff?
Yeah.
Because I've been getting, even after our first episode, a bunch of messages. Now people think I have personality. message like 9 o'clock, like, who is this guy? He's so funny and charismatic. It's like, you've known me for 10 years.